Okay, let's do a morning sequence. So I want you to have some sort of diary where you can put on like journaling sort of things, just for any idea that comes up during our session, and also your schedule, timetable, diary. A few yoga mats, a nice space, maybe your tea. So I want you to really take this time to relax, to open, to gain clarity for the rest of your day. The way I see it, this is not just an exercise session. This is the moment where you're opening your body, you're like welcoming what's coming, and you are really going to try to open and stretch and kind of exert enough effort that you get out of your head and you allow new thoughts coming in. So obviously, me being the OCD person that I am, I've already taken a frozen shower and I have already been to the park. I've been moving, stretching, but what I recommend that you do is, if you have a park nearby, definitely go there, get some sunlight, and do the first part of your warming up there, which is just like freestyle movement. Give me 10 minutes of freestyle movement. Very easy way to do it if you don't really want to think about what you're doing is just dance. Put on 2 songs that you really like, let go and dance. That is, I think, the best warm-up that you could do. You've done your dancing, your inspiration, tribalist moves. Then you can come on the mat with me, have your tea ready. I'm sorry I don't have a microphone yet. I had a microphone, but I lost it. And the other one, I lost the jack connector, so I can't use it. So I've ordered one because I know that this sound is not ideal. And I am an audio professional, so I really should be able to give you good sound. Okay, so we're going to start. On your mat, go on all fours. You don't need to watch me because I'm going to be telling you what to do. So go on all fours, fingertips facing to the front of the mat or towards you if you really want to stretch those wrists. And move forward and backwards. Just sway forward and backwards, kind of between a cat and cow. Stretch. Use your abs, start feeling the front ribs going back and forth. Lengthen the back of your neck. Push the floor with the top of your feet. Now change the position of your hands. Maybe the fingertips are now going forward. And start just lifting your knees so that you're coming towards a downward dog. So you're just mobilizing in plank positions. These are very nice positions for the body, very strengthening, very stabilizing. And now start lifting one leg, and don't think too much at this point. We're just trying to move, mobilize. So really lengthen one leg backwards and then the other, so you're lifting the leg, keeping the hips square and then opening the hips and bending the knee backwards. And you're gonna do these dynamic moves. So push the floor away from you while you lift one leg. Take that foot backwards. The next time you lift one leg and you take the foot backwards, you're gonna place that foot behind you, come into wild thing. And really straighten, lengthen. Come back to downward dog, lift the other leg, foot behind you, come to wild thing. Press the floor with the hand that's on the floor. And you just really wanna lengthen as much as possible. Then come to the floor, sit on the floor with your legs extended. Bend one leg towards your groin, extend the other one, and stretch towards the extended leg with your arms. Take the arm that's lifted forward and away towards that extended leg. And then switch legs, open the legs. Other leg comes to the groin and arm comes up and towards the extended leg. And really stretch. Remember to press the floor with the whole of the leg that's extended, and you're sitting on your sitting bones. And switch. Dynamic extension. Now, if you are the kind of person that wants to do an inversion right away, like I want to do handstand right now, so I'm gonna go to clasp your hands behind you and extend the hands backwards to the back of the room, chin towards the chest, and then chin slightly up as you extend, lengthen the back of your head. Now I'm gonna come into handstand right away because I wanna really warm up my shoulders, and as I said, you should have already done a little bit of a warm up. Roll your shoulders back. A little bit of a warm up where you danced or, mobilized enough to be a little bit warm. But I want you to not be so precious about the moves that you do. So we're just playing, right? Imagine you're a kid and you're just playing. So I'm just gonna be playing. I'm just gonna go up and see how things feel. So for example, I can feel that my hips are still not super open. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So as I come up, I'm just taking the legs up and seeing how things feel. I'm pushing the floor and I'm warming up my thorax, my top body. I'm playing with. Come to your knees, have a bit of water. Take the arms behind you, fingertips facing forward, and you're sitting on the floor with your knees bent, feet on the floor. And now these are sort of like tricep press-ups that we're doing right now. So we're pushing the floor with the soles of our feet, and we're pushing the floor with the palms of our hands, which are backwards of our body. And then pushing the floor, I just want you to go up and then sway forward and backwards. Bend the elbows, lengthen the elbows, and we are just mobilizing the front of the shoulder, which is a really delicate space. But right now I feel like we have them in a pretty stable position. And move the scapula. So remember that your arms start on your back. And by moving the scapulas, you can be certain that you're not doing any wrong movements, because the problems with the shoulders is that if you move the arm without moving the shoulder, there's always a probability that you're going to put the shoulder joint in a weak position, in a vulnerable position, whereas if you move the scapula, there's nothing you can do with the scapula that's going to break your arm, because the scapula feels very, very stable in your body, and then you're using your back muscles. So I want you to really learn and get used to moving the scapula before you move the arm. If you move the scapula and then you move the arm, everything always feels really natural. It's when you start getting in your head and thinking, oh, shoulders down or shoulders back, it just starts getting really complicated. Just think about the scapula, scapula back, scapula down, and then the arms just follow. So take the scapula forward and then the arms just follow, and then you stop having all of these internal conflicts with where your arms go. So if I tell you to open your arms, for example, cross your legs, let's lengthen the back of our buttocks. So right ankle on top of your left knee, legs crossed, we're in a double pigeon position. And now open your arms to either side, so you're in a V position. Why are you in a V position? Because think about the scapula, so you're opening with the scapula, you're opening the arm, and the scapula, this is where it takes you. It doesn't take you anywhere else. you can't really, like, sure, you can try to put the scapula together and then you're using the back and then you can open your arms more, but never try to open your arms more without opening the scapula more. So that is your back muscles, because it goes together. You can't pull them apart. So if you want to open your arms more, which it's not necessary, but you can, then you have to try to get the two scapulas together and then the arms will open more. Don't try to move the arm independently from the back muscles. It just doesn't work that way. So now you take the scapula forward and then the arms can come up. And really, really reach up. I like us to do all this arm work because this is something that we don't usually do in our daily life. We just don't think about it. Change the crossing of the legs. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Just stay here and breathe. Push the knee with that ankle, so we're lengthening the back of our buttocks, legs, hamstring area. And then think of your back muscles, think of the scapulas, take them forward, so separate them from each other. The arms come forward and long, and the arms come up. And the arms come up and you're reaching up while you are still pressing with that left ankle on your right leg. And then clasp the hands behind you and lengthen forward, trying to get the top of your head towards the wall in front of you. And we have a really nice double pigeon stretch. Now, get naked and come onto your back for a moment. I'll show you on this side. So come onto your back, straighten the left leg down, lengthen, and straighten the right leg up. And hold the back of your right leg and push that right leg towards the clasped hands. So we are lengthening, stretching the back of our hamstrings. You want to have the chin slightly towards the chest and push the floor with the back of the head. There's a little bit of a gap on your lower back and you're pushing the pelvis on the floor. Now the leg that's straight on the floor, you're pushing towards the floor with that heel and the whole of that leg is trying to come towards the floor. The leg that's lengthened pushes towards the ceiling as if it wants to grow towards the ceiling. And the ribs are in. Keep pushing that right leg towards the arms and switch. Same thing on the other side. So we elevate, we raise the left leg, push it towards the clasped hands. The right leg is on the floor, lengthened, extended. Back of the head is pressing towards the floor. Ribs are in. And you can point and flex the foot, but the most important thing is I want that left hip to be going slightly forward and you're pressing those hands. I want you to activate the back of that leg. You can bend that leg as much as you need, but I just want it to be activated. Now come to the front of your body, lie down, and we're gonna do a couple of cobra style stretches. So come on to Sphinx first of all. And from Sphinx, really press the floor with your forearms. Press the floor with the pubis, trying to take the hip bones forward, and press the floor with the top of the feet. Everything is pressing towards the floor. Now with your hands, grab the yoga mat and drag it towards you, as if you wanted to advance forward like a snake. Keep doing this and you will feel as you stay here, because you need a few moments for the body to accept, assimilate what you're wanting it to do. So you're pressing the floor. As you're pressing the floor and dragging that mat towards you, the shoulders come down and your neck grows taller, chin slightly towards your chest, but we're thinking of expanding forward and up. And then the arms drag so much towards you. This is a really hard exercise. The palms press against the floor, and now we're in cobra. Elbows in, hands pressing towards the floor, buttocks really engaged, pubis pressing towards the floor, top of the feet pressing towards the floor. Really, really strong posture. And you will feel that you're gaining so much space in between your vertebrae here. I often hear clicks, and then if your shoulders are down, which they should be if you're pressing hard enough, exhale. And you can look left and right with your head. Left and right. Come all the way down. Rest your arms, clasp the hands behind your back. Keep your head elevated, gaze down in front of you, and start raising both of your legs. Pubis still pressing towards the floor to decompress that lower back. And then with the clasped hands, really try to lengthen them towards the back of the room. And with the feet, really try to lengthen the feet towards the back of the room too. And we're in locust. Now unclasp the hands, keep the legs lifted and the buttocks engaged, and bring those arms forward, forward. Use the back muscles, so use your scapulas. Release them, relax them, take them forward, reach forward, and look forward towards your arms. Everything is up. This is the hardest version of locust. And then take the arms back, keep your legs lifted, take the arms back, palms facing down. This is locust with the arms separated. Remember to keep breathing and then come back to cobra. Hands to either side of the chest, elbows in, press the floor and lift. Press the floor with the pubic bone, engage buttocks, press the floor with the front of the leg, with the top of the feet, and you really have to be feeling that vertebrae gaining so much mobility here as you engage all of those back muscles, which is so important to engage. Come back to locust, reach the arms back. So important for us to engage all of these back muscles, which we just don't use. Back of the head is extending forward and up. Take the arms forward, slowly forward. Everything reaches, legs reach back, arms, hands are reaching forward. Take the hands one on top of the other to the back of the head and press up with the back of the head. If you need to rest at any point, just come to all fours and rest for a few seconds and come back. You don't want to be getting cramps here. I can do this continuously because I'm strong and I do it every day. Take the arms back, locust. And come to downward facing dog. Just a few seconds of breathing and being in downward facing dog, where we're pressing the feet on the ground, pressing the hands on the ground. You're on your tippy toes, bend your knees. Hands pressing the ground, feet pressing the ground. Keep breathing and stay here until your body assimilates this pose. Until there's no surprises, until it doesn't feel like you're discovering anything else. So we're in a constant journey of discovery here, where we're learning about ourselves by finding new spaces. The body has an unlimited amount of space inside it. It's like we live within a galaxy and we are our own galaxy, and it's all an endless configuration of universes inside us, inside each one of your joints. So that's everything that we're trying to open. Relax your head, come forward to a plank, love a plank. On the plank, we're gonna try to make that line as straight as possible. It always feels a little bit awkward because you want to take the head way forward, the shoulders way over your wrists, the tummy in, the ribs in, and then engage the buttocks for maximum confusion. If you have a mirror, you can just see, and usually you have to put your hips a little bit down still without collapsing your lower back. Stay here. You can sway forward and backwards. You can try to raise one leg back and the other leg back. Just raise one leg and the other, but also raise the back of your head, but also gaze a little bit forward. Keep raising one leg and the other. Use your buttocks and think of expansion more than going up. Think of going back. You're taking that leg back. Use your abs to stabilize yourself and come to downward facing dog. And if you want, why not come to handstand? Always a good idea, if you do handstand, to come to handstand. If your arms are tired, it's going to be harder. But you will never regret doing exercises that strengthen your back. It's just the best feeling of all. Come to all fours. Stretch your wrists for a minute. Come back to plank, and now I want to take us to forearm plank. So from plank, just bend one elbow and then the other. You're in forearm plank. Stay in forearm plank. Feel your toes, feel how your toes are bending, supporting you. And turn to side plank to your right. So you're gonna be slightly twisting that left forearm. Take the right arm up, thinking always about taking it up by your back muscles so your shoulders can relax. And just stay side plank, hips going up more than you think, and change to the other side. So come through forearm plank and then side plank to the other side. Push the ground with that right forearm. Keep a straight line, hips up. The left arm is going straight up to the ceiling. If you want, you can take it forward, and to do so, take it forward of your chest and then forward towards the top of the room. Let's do that on the other side. So come again to side plank on the left and take that right arm forward and straight beyond your head, palm facing down. Hips up. Very good. Come back to plank. Come back to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg straight and back and stay here and see if this feels very strange, because you're trying to keep the hips balanced, squared towards the front So you're gonna feel a really big stretch on the back of your left leg. And it's gonna be really hard to lift that right leg. And just stay here. And now change sides, same thing. Lift the left leg. And as you lift that left leg, really push the floor with the right foot. Push the floor equally with both of your hands. And try to reach that left leg straight, as elevated as possible. Engage your buttocks strongly. And now come back to lifting your right leg. And we're going to step that foot forward, back knee back. Back knee down, sorry. So you're in a lunge position, and the lunge, I want us to be pretty upright on this lunge. So pressing the floor with the top of the left back foot. Take your scapula forward, arms up. Arms up. Take your left wrist and side bend very slowly towards the right. Starting by the quad, lengthening of the quad, lengthening of the top of the hip, lengthening of that side body. Exhale. Come to plank and change legs. Step the left leg forward. Come to 90-90. Press the floor with the top of the right foot. Take the arms forward, take the arms up. Grab your right wrist and feel the stretch right from the knee, top of the quad, front of your right hip, ribs, side body, right side body, and arm, shoulder. Everything is lengthening, opening towards the left. Breathe. Come to plank, downward facing dog. Lift that left leg straight, straight up. Stay here. And now as you keep that left leg up, lift the right arm away from the floor and try to take that right arm to the back of the right leg or towards the back of the room. If you can, grab that right calf. This is amazing. And downward facing dog. Same thing, lift the right leg straight. Raise that left arm from the floor. Take that left arm towards the back of the room, towards the back left calf. And stay here in this one leg, one arm, downward facing dog. Stay here, push the floor. Breathe. And both hands down. Plank. To the floor. Cobra. Now cobra feels really easy, doesn't it? Elbows in. Press the hands against the floor. Try to lengthen the back as much as possible. So try to drag yourself forward. Drag yourself forward. Come to all fours and face the other side of the room just for variety. Have a sip of water. From all fours, extend the left leg back and up. Try to reach the back of the room. Feet is flexed. Extend the right arm forward. And remember, we're starting that movement as if we were a bird with the scapula forward. So, diagonal strengthening, ribs in, We're strengthening the back of the core. You're facing slightly forward just so that you can lengthen the back of the neck and that nothing is collapsed down. You want to always try to be upright. Change legs. Left arm. Take all of the scapula and arm forward. Lift the back right leg and extend, extend. Try to touch the back wall with that back right foot that's extended. And the left arm extended in front of you tries to touch the front of the room. Back of the head is long, as if we have a thread pulling us up. And switch. And now as we switch, left leg is long. And now we're gonna bend the knee. And we're gonna hold that inner ankle with the right arm. And press the foot towards the hand. We're lengthening the inner part of the shoulder, front of that right shoulder, and we're really working that left buttocks as we are lengthening the front of that left hip. This is a really great position. Change legs. Extend the left arm and the right leg. Lift, lift, extend, extend, extend. And now bend that right knee. Take that left arm to the foot. Grab the foot. Push the hand with the right foot. Allow the front of the left shoulder to open up. While you're pushing the foot towards it, you're pulling the foot with the hand, so everything is active. I don't want any stretch to be happening from a passive state. It's just a lot more vulnerable. And also doesn't strengthen. So we can do that later. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels and be on your tiptoes. Press the floor with the hands. Press the floor with the tiptoes. Ribs in. Now take the heels to the floor and everything presses against the floor. Breathe. Separate your legs so that the feet are about mat width. So you're in quite a short downward dog with very wide feet. And now take your right hand to your left ankle, outside of your left ankle, so you're twisting to the left. Shoulder down. There's a lot of space between your shoulder and your head, twisting towards the left. Press the floor with the right foot and change. Left hand to the outside of the right ankle, twist towards the right. Shoulder down. Press the floor with the left foot, strong press towards the ground. Perfect, and now sit down. So sitting down on your sitting bones with the legs in front of your knees bent, elevate those legs, knees still bent, and just arms go forward, stay here. Extend the right leg, change, extend the left leg, Extend the right leg. And now, as you extend the right leg, actually, with the knees bent, hold the outer edge of the right foot with the left hand. And now, start lengthening that right leg. So there's a twist. Now twist without helping yourself with anything. Just twist from your core towards the right. The right arm is kind of like on a ballet position. Whatever position doesn't hurt. And you're trying to face the right side of the room while you're trying to lengthen that right leg. Ribs in, so you're using your core to stabilize. The left leg is bent and still lifted. Pressing the hand with that right foot very strongly and trying to expand. Open your arms as much as possible. The arms are kind of in a V position in front of you, so you feel the opening, but it doesn't have to be visually extraordinary, but you feel that you're opening it. And come back to both knees lifted and bent in front of you, and same thing with the left one. So you grab the outer left foot with the right hand, then you lengthen that left leg forward, and then you start twisting towards the left. This side is way harder for me, but I still can feel a really good lengthening of that leg. So I feel a lengthening on the back of my left leg, and I feel I'm doing a lot of work with my core to twist towards the left, and I'm kind of pushing that outer edge of the foot towards the hand to help me twist more towards the left. And this is the twist that we're gonna do today. Keep breathing, keep stabilizing yourself. Come back to the front, grab both of your toes with your 2 fingers of the hands and extend the legs forward and out. And you can bend the knees as much as you need to, but get to wherever you have to feel a lengthening of the legs. Keeping your body very upright. And now you come down with the legs away from each other, so legs open. Press the floor with the back of the legs, and we're just going to relax, flexing slightly forward. Be as upright as you can at first. Push the floor with your fingertips, and then while pushing the floor with the back of the leg, start bending, advancing forward, dragging the mat towards you. So you're not curving forward, you're trying to go forward. Press the back of the knees against the floor, press the heels against the floor. Maybe the forearms come to the floor. And you can relax forward. That should feel so good on your back and really on every joint, because we have targeted a lot of things here. And we have really moved, we have worked on our circulation. Breathe. And the exertion will be really good for you to relax afterwards. Thanks for joining me. More soon.